Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CCISO Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CISO Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. Audit reporting plays a strategic role in executive security governance. It is more than a technical summary of findings. It is a tool for building transparency, enabling oversight, and supporting enterprise-wide accountability. Through well-structured audit reporting, CSOs can clearly demonstrate how the organization's controls are performing, where vulnerabilities exist, and what actions are being taken to improve security posture. Effective reporting supports informed decision-making at the executive and board level by connecting technical audit data with business risks and strategic objectives. It also helps fulfill regulatory and legal obligations by documenting that the organization is proactively identifying and addressing issues. Reporting audit outcomes reinforces the CISO's role as a trusted advisor to leadership and as a key contributor to enterprise assurance and risk management. By making the outcomes of internal or external audits visible, understandable, and actionable, audit reports help secure continued executive support for the security program. Reporting must be tailored to the audience receiving it. Executive leadership, board members, external auditors, compliance teams, and operational staff all require different levels of detail in presentation formats. For non-technical stakeholders, such as board members, reports should emphasize high-level summaries and strategic impacts. The focus should be on what the findings mean for business continuity, reputation, or compliance exposure, not how the control operates at a technical level. Audit and compliance professionals, on the other hand, require more detailed information, including references to specific control objectives, implementation status, and supporting evidence. Frequency and depth of reporting should also be adjusted by audience. Executive teams may receive quarterly summaries, while audit committees might require monthly updates or briefings during key remediation efforts. Tailoring reports ensures clarity and improves engagement across stakeholder groups. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyber.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. A strong audit report follows a clear structure to maximize readability and relevance. The executive summary should outline the purpose of the audit, the scope of systems or domains reviewed, and a concise overview of the top findings. A methodology section follows, describing how the audit was conducted, what frameworks or standards were used, and the criteria for identifying and classifying findings. The body of the report details the specific findings grouped by severity or control domain, such as identity and access management, data protection, or incident response. Each finding should include a risk rating, an explanation of the issue, and any applicable context. Recommendations must be included, with clearly assigned owners and timelines for remediation. Finally, appendices should be used to include control mappings, evidence artifacts, logs, or audit testing results. This structure makes the report usable by different readers while ensuring completeness and traceability. Key findings and high-risk issues should be prominently highlighted in the report. The CISO should ensure that critical findings are not buried in technical appendices or lengthy tables. For each major issue, the business context should be explained, why this matters, what systems are affected, and what could happen if it remains unresolved. Indicate whether findings are new, recurring from previous audits, or partially remediated. This information provides insight into systemic risk and organizational responsiveness. Translate each risk into terms that matter to executives, such as legal liability, financial exposure, or customer trust. This framing helps elevate findings from operational concerns to governance priorities. Where immediate action is required, clearly indicate that the issue requires escalation or immediate risk mitigation. This allows leaders to make timely decisions and allocate resources appropriately. Visualization is a powerful tool for improving audit report clarity. Dashboards, scorecards, and heat maps allow leaders to see trends and risk concentrations at a glance. These visuals can illustrate metrics like control pass rates, completion status of remediation efforts, or risk exposure by department or system. Use trend lines to show whether findings are increasing or decreasing over time. Charts that show which business units have the most outstanding issues or which controls are failing most frequently can guide prioritization. Apply color coding such as red, amber, green, RAG indicators to signal severity and status. Visuals should be current, accurate, and tailored to the executive level. Avoid overcomplicating charts with too much technical data. The goal is to help leaders interpret the report quickly and make informed decisions. Good visualization supports the overall message and reinforces the urgency or success of specific actions. Audit results must be integrated with enterprise risk management efforts. This means mapping audit findings directly to entries in the risk register and updating associated risk ratings, controls, or mitigation plans. For example, a finding related to insufficient access controls might increase the risk score for unauthorized data exposure. Grouping audit findings by system or department can reveal risk concentration, indicating where governance needs to be strengthened. These insights support prioritization of remediation activities and ensure that resources are allocated to the areas with the greatest business impact. Audit reporting should be aligned with the organization's broader risk reporting cadence. If enterprise risk reports are shared quarterly with the board, audit data should be synthesized accordingly and included as a key input. This integration helps build a unified view of risk and makes it easier for leadership to assess how audit efforts contribute to overall risk reduction. Communicating audit results to the board or executive committees requires preparation and strategy. These presentations typically occur during scheduled board meetings or risk and audit committee sessions. The CISO must focus on strategic themes, such as overall control maturity, compliance posture, and emerging risks, rather than operational detail. Offer assurance that controls are being monitored continuously and that governance structures are functioning. Be prepared to answer follow-up questions, provide clarification, or outline escalation paths for unresolved issues. Reinforce the organization's commitment to transparency, improvement, and accountability. Use the opportunity to request support for key initiatives such as additional funding, staffing, or policy enforcement. By aligning the message with business strategy and presenting it with confidence, the CISO builds credibility and reinforces the importance of the security function at the highest levels of leadership. Post-reporting follow-up is essential for maintaining momentum and ensuring that findings lead to resolution. Stakeholders may raise questions or request clarification after the initial report. These questions should be logged, tracked, and addressed promptly. Feedback on the report's format or cadence can be used to improve future communications. Interim updates on high-priority issues or ongoing remediation efforts should be shared between formal audits. These updates help avoid surprises and keep stakeholders engaged. Outstanding findings must be tracked carefully, with regular updates provided to executive sponsors and governance bodies. Without disciplined follow-up, findings may become stale or forgotten, undermining the effectiveness of the audit process and leaving the organization exposed. Audit reports and associated documentation must be securely stored and archived for future reference. Reports should be version controlled and housed in secure repositories that comply with the organization's retention policies. Supporting materials, such as audit testing results, correspondence, and sign-off records, must be maintained. In some cases, legal hold requirements may apply, requiring that documents be preserved for potential litigation or regulatory investigation. Archived reports also support repeatability in future audits. When the next audit cycle begins, past reports help auditors understand what has changed, what progress has been made, and which controls have previously failed. These artifacts can also be used in external audits or certification processes, saving time and improving consistency. The CISO must ensure that documentation practices support traceability, reliability, and defensibility. The CCISO exam includes topics related to audit reporting and communication strategies. Candidates may be asked to interpret an audit summary, identify appropriate reporting formats, or determine how to present findings to different stakeholder groups. Understanding terms such as audit trail, material weakness, risk framing, and scorecard will be essential. The exam emphasizes strategic communication, how CISOs use audit data to support board discussions, risk decisions, and policy enforcement. Scenario questions may involve aligning audit results with risk management programs, compliance initiatives, or executive oversight structures. Candidates must demonstrate that they understand how to frame technical findings in business terms, and how to use visuals and metrics to support strategic messaging. Mastery of audit reporting ensures that future CSOs can deliver clear, accurate, and persuasive communications that advance the organization's security and governance goals. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal CyberC CISO Prepcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com.